Hey guys, let me take you on a journey, not just across the mystical terrain of Oak Island, but deep beneath it. Picture this, a swamp so deceivingly still, yet bubbling with secrets. And a team, relentless, hopeful, and maybe, just maybe, on the brink of their most groundbreaking discovery yet. You're not just watching a show anymore, friend. You're stepping into history. This is The Curse of Oak Island, Season 12, Episode 18, a tale of mysterious tunnels, ancient trails, and evidence that could finally unravel a 230-year-old enigma. Let's dive in. It started like any other dig day, but by now, Oak Island fans know, no day here is ever ordinary. As the team continued their excavation at RP2, right near the infamous Shaft 6, something incredible began to emerge. What first appeared to be just more swamp debris quickly took a sharp turn when Jack Begley unearthed a curious stake, unmistakably hand-cut. Now, if you've followed the swamp saga, you know, stakes like these aren't just sticks. They're markers. Signposts of intention. And on Oak Island, intention almost always equals mystery. So Gary Drayton, Jack, and heavy machinery operator Al Andrews began tracing their surroundings. They weren't just stomping through muck, they were hunting a trail. And soon enough, that trail appeared in the form of cobblestone. But not just any cobblestone. This wasn't scattered rubble. It was aligned. Patterned. It bent. It turned. It led. This wasn't nature's doing. Someone, long ago, wanted to go somewhere. And now, centuries later, we might just be retracing their footsteps. Cue Rick Lagina. You could feel the shift the moment he arrived. This wasn't just another rock pile to him. With blue flags marking newly uncovered stakes, and a defined cobble pathway veering west, the implications were impossible to ignore. We should follow it, Rick insisted, and rightly so. Because if there's anything the swamp has taught us, it's that nothing in its muddy depths is accidental. Every boulder, every pipe, every brick could be a breadcrumb left by history's most elusive treasure keepers. And speaking of clues, what came next rocked the team. Buried over 60 feet down in RP2, a wooden dowel was brought to light. Not metal. Not modern. A dowel, the kind of timber fastener used long before industrial nails. And if you're thinking, so what, let me remind you, Oak Island doesn't give up its relics easily. This dowel might be more than just wood, it could be a direct link to the original money pit. A connection to the team's long-standing theory that treasure once slid through collapsed tunnels from Shaft 6 into hidden pockets below. Rick held that dowel with the weight of a dream decades in the making. This could be part of the original structure, he speculated. It might be. And if so, it's not just a find, it's a message from the past. But wait, there's more. Back in the lab, a simple artifact was about to steal the show. A pipe stem, pulled from the spoils of RP1, was under examination by archaeologist Laird Niven and expert Emma Culligan. Their conclusion? This wasn't your average 1700s smoker's discard. This was a beast of a pipe stem, larger than anything they'd ever seen on the island. And its style? An exact match to examples dating back to 1680 to 1710. That's 85 years before the money pit was even discovered. Let that sink in. This wasn't just a piece of clay. It was a timestamp. One that suggested people were working, digging, smoking, living, deep underground on Oak Island a full century before three boys stumbled upon the money pit in 1795. That changes everything. Because history doesn't lie, it leaves pieces. And this piece, folks, could point to Sir William Phipps himself. Yes, that's Sir William Phipps, the man who recovered 60 tons of Spanish silver from the wreck of the Concepcion in 1687. Silver, mind you, that mysteriously disappeared. Could Oak Island be the hiding place for the missing Concepcion treasure? Could this pipe stem be the smoky gun? Theories began swirling. Could the very same hands that lit this pipe have also engineered the slate vault buried in the swamp? Could the mysterious cobblestone trail lead to a second chamber? A hidden cache? Could that wooden dowel have braced the original tunnel, now collapsed, but once used to transport priceless treasure? Rick, Marty, Doug, and the team weren't just asking questions, they were getting answers. And these answers, no matter how small, were stitching together a narrative long dismissed as legend. But the beauty of Oak Island is this: legends have roots. And roots run deep. As the crew continued their dig, Marty's reaction over the phone said it all. "That's pretty impressive. Somebody was down there deep, well before the money pit was discovered." This, he said, was the kind of evidence he dreamed of when he first stepped foot on the island. Not stories. Not rumors. Proof. And that's where we stand, friends. A mysterious tunnel bending beneath the swamp. A cobblestone path pointing to a forgotten direction. A stake, a dowel, a pipe stem, all whispering of those who came centuries before and buried something so valuable, so dangerous, it needed a labyrinth to protect it. But here's the kicker, it's not over. This episode reminds us of something powerful. The truth may be buried, but it's never lost. And with every dig, every test, every artifact, we're one step closer. 1 foot deeper. 1 clue away from rewriting history. So don't turn that dial. Because Oak Island just pulled back the curtain a little further, and what lies behind it could be bigger than anything we've seen yet. But here's something that really makes your head spin. The swamp itself is behaving more like a map than a natural feature. Think about it. Over the years, the team has found a stone road, ancient timber structures, ship fragments, and now a winding cobblestone trail that seems to vanish into the island like a disappearing ink trail in a spy movie. What if the swamp isn't just covering the mystery? What if it is the mystery? A man-made concealment, a massive disguise to hide vaults and booby-trapped tunnels built centuries ago by someone who wanted their treasure never to be found. And the more they dig, the more it becomes clear, this is not random. Stakes, dowels, and pipe stems don't just end up dozens of feet below ground by accident. They're planted, constructed, engineered. Every artifact tells a story of immense labor, planning, and danger. We're talking about people who risked everything, maybe even died, to pull off one of the most elaborate concealment jobs in history. Why would they go to such lengths unless what they were hiding was worth it? Now let's go back to that cobblestone path. This isn't just some decorative garden trail. It's a purposeful construction, built with intention and possibly pointing to a destination still hidden beneath swamp waters or deep in the island's core. And the stakes surrounding it. Think of them as markers, coordinates in a centuries-old GPS. The big question, are these markers showing the way to the original vault, or are they just the outer edges of something even larger? Meanwhile, in the RP2 shaft, the digging isn't just producing wood, it's producing evidence. We've seen the square-hammered dowel. We've seen fragments that suggest intentional design rather than decay. Could this be the material that collapsed from the top of the original treasure chamber, triggered by searchers in 1861 or earlier? If so, that makes RP2 the most promising location since the very beginning of the Oak Island search. Let's not forget about the radiocarbon dates. That pipe stem dating from 1680 to 1710 might be the oldest, most definitive time marker the team has found underground. This puts serious weight behind theories about early European activity on Oak Island before the money pit was discovered. It's no longer just about treasure, it's about who was here, why they were here, and how much they knew about what they were building. The most compelling part. It's all starting to connect. From the deep shaft findings to the swamp structures to the cultural artifacts being unearthed, it's like puzzle pieces snapping into place after years of frustration. Theories that once seemed far-fetched, pirate gold, Templar secrets, Spanish silver, Sir William Phipps, all suddenly feel not only possible, but likely. The story isn't shrinking. It's expanding. So what comes next? That's the thrill, isn't it? As we inch closer to what might be the most groundbreaking find in Oak Island history, one thing's for sure, the curse may still linger, but so does the truth. And it's clawing its way to the surface, one artifact at a time. Stick around, my friend. Because what the team holds in their hands next might not just be treasure, it might be the key to solving the greatest mystery of all time.